Welcome to the London Outlook for Friday, the 29th of March 2024. Starting off with the economic calendar, we've got a couple of red folder news events for the New York session, the most significant of which is Fed Chair Powell speaking. And this occurs during the London cross, so for that reason I won't be trading the New York session, and thus I'd simply avoid the New York session, at least because it's unpredictable what Fed Chair Powell is going to say. So having said that, let's move on to the charts, starting off with the daily on GBPUSD. From this perspective, we don't have any consecutive bullish or bearish candles, and thus there's no daily bias induced on that front. Then from a 4H perspective, we're still in an unconfirmed scenario, where the most prevalent legs being the Proton unconfirmed leg and the Proton previously confirmed primary leg, which is this right here. From that point onward, we've got two interactions with 4H OBs, neither of which has achieved its target. The Proton unconfirmed reaction hasn't achieved its substructure high target, and the primary Proton previously confirmed OB hasn't achieved its objective of reaching the substructure level. So for that reason, we have reasons to trade both directions. Both are backed by 4H OBs. We have validated substructures to target and internal range liquidity. If we then move on to the 5-minute, what we can understand here is that because we have reasons to trade both directions, and we're in an unconfirmed scenario, our only options, because we're not trading the New York session, is to wait for a Frankfurt high or low of the day to be validated by the London session. So something like this. We take out the Asia high, we validate the Frankfurt high of today. Let's assume the Frankfurt end is right there, so London comes in, validates the leg in the Frankfurt session as such. So you've got the Frankfurt low taken out right here, and then we can potentially find an entry with the objective of breaking even at the Asia low of the day. Obviously, per my rules, Frankfurt high of the day trades are unvalid if there isn't Asia low liquidity, and similarly for Frankfurt low of the day trades are unvalid if there isn't Asia high of the day liquidity available, because that's what I use as my break-even points for Frankfurt based trades. So having said all of that, that was for a potential short, and then obviously for a potential long, then we're looking for Frankfurt low of the day and then validation by the London session to then trade to the upside. Like I said, once the New York session is open, then I won't be considering taking any new trades from that point onwards. Also, if London puts in a new high of the day or low of the day, I'm also not interested in trading. So that's GBPUSD. Then if we move on to EURUSD, so from a daily perspective, EURUSD has a daily bias. As you can see, we have 3 consecutive bearish close candles. This means that we're anticipating that today will be a bullish day. And if we move on to the 4-hour, what we can understand here is that we have a change of character. So that puts us in an uncertain scenario. We also have the Proton unconfirmed leg, then from which point a Proton previously confirmed primary leg was developed, and then a primary Proton unconfirmed leg was developed. Based on all of these factors, we're currently operating between 2 primary legs, and thus we'll navigate it appropriately. In terms of what happened yesterday, we actually broke out of the secondary leg that was forming with the objective of targeting that. Instead, what happened is the primary Proton unconfirmed leg was extended, and thus we operating between the 2 primary legs, and there aren't any secondary legs valid at the moment. In terms of trading for today, we've interacting with this primary leg OB. You can see there's a little bit of a window of imbalance that I incorporated into this OB, so that fits the daily bias quite nicely with the anticipation of shorts. We do have this potential OB that could be validated if we body break this, and it will serve as a barrier which we can't trade against until we validate new internal range liquidity. However, I believe that's a way off. So if we move on to the 5-minute, just to recap what's happening. So We've got a bullish daily bias in an unconfirmed scenario. We have 4 HOB backing for longs. We must consider the short barriers that could form. And lastly, what are we looking for in the London session? Well, simply a Frankfurt low of the day to be validated by London, and then we'll take this trade and break even at the Asia high of the day. The Frankfurt low of the day trade is only valid provided this is available. If this Frankfurt high isn't available, then the trade idea is invalid and we won't consider taking it. So that's pretty much Euro USD covered. I just want to quickly remove all of these brush strokes, and then we can move on to USDCAD. Although USDCAD is quite similar to the previous day's review in the sense that if we look at the daily, we still got 4 consecutive bearish close candles indicating a long daily bias. However, this doesn't match the 4H narrative. Given that we're reacting to the Proton extreme, we've cleared out the Proton primary leg, or we validated the Proton primary leg and invalidated any pullback phase OBs, and have proven that the pullback phase has achieved its objective. So for that reason, because there's conflict between the daily bias and the fact that in the 4H technical analysis, we won't be trading USDCAD at all. So that's pretty much the London outlook. I won't be doing a New York outlook since I won't be trading it. I will do an end of day review just to cover what had happened in the London session and maybe take a peek at the New York session. But other than that, I hope you have a good trading day and we'll chat again later.